All right, it's been a little while, so I am pretty sure I'm going to be rusty, but let's give it a try anyways. I want to talk about Fujifilm recipes, specifically just one recipe. I already made a video about some of my favorites and kind of like how we got there and all that good stuff, but I think today I want to talk about, I don't know if it's a misconception, but I think there's a trend that I've noticed that I want to, maybe just share some information that can point people in a different direction if that's what they are gravitating towards. So, oftentimes when people talk about Fujifilm recipes, they talk about how close they look to actual film, whether that is Portra 160, Portra 400, Portra 800, Cinestill 800T, like these very popular film stocks that people are trying to emulate on digital, which is a very cool thing that we're able to even get close or have like similar kind of aesthetics or feelings whenever we take those photos straight out of a digital camera. But I think something that has kind of been built off of that assumption is that film recipes can only be used to emulate film. But I think the way that I've been using my X-Pro3 and the way I've been using these film recipes is just to get JPEGs that I really love straight at a camera. And a look that I've been trying to perfect, or perfect's probably not the right word, but like chip away at and get closer and closer to my vision, is just like a very crispy, clean digital look. And it was, yes, kind of inspired by Cinestill 400D, but I think as I took more and more photos and tried to whittle it closer to what I was looking for, I realized that I wasn't looking for a film emulation of a currently available film stock. I was looking for crisp, punchy, vibrant, and versatile colors and a profile that I could use for everyday photography that felt timeless. And so with that, I think I've been able to make a lot of progress in my vision of what this recipe could be. And I think most recently I was able to kind of have that, I don't know, that like reassurance, that like full circle moment whenever I went to the North Carolina Chinese Lantern Festival this past weekend. And so I want to show some images from that, but I also want to talk very briefly about how this has been a journey for me. This is something that I started to build back in March. I think whenever I went to Panama, it was something that I was interested in. There were some like pretty rainy, gross days, and I just wanted something that felt really crisp and clean and bright, especially with the colors. And so I definitely leaned a little bit too heavy on the color saturation and some of the like color chrome settings and things like that. And because of that, it wasn't very versatile. And so then I whittled it away a little bit more. And then when we went to Chicago, I was able to take some photos that I do really like, but they didn't feel, I don't know, they didn't feel quite right. And I think part of the issue there was that I was bumping up the clarity and the sharpness, and so it still felt a little bit unnatural at times. And so then I think I was able to make some more tweaks, and I took it to the state fair where I took more photos, and then I realized that the contrast wasn't quite there. And so all of these like little situations where I was able to make these small tweaks ended up making a difference over time. And I think that's why I feel so excited to be where I am now with this recipe. And when I look at these photos from the Chinese Lantern Festival, it feels like the culmination of all that work. And so, I just wanted to share this with people in case you've been feeling pressured to make Fujifilm recipes that look like film. You can definitely make Fujifilm recipes that feel like you, whether that's a digital look or a film look or anything in between. Like, I think the intended purpose of these settings in these cameras is for us to be able to create images that we love and feel very connected to. So with that, here are the images from the Chinese Lantern Festival, and I hope you enjoy.
Always underestimated when I do my thing, 'cause I'm not the face you painted inside your brain. But I'ma show you a new thing, gonna show you amazing, but you know everything you've been missing.